Hello. Hello, hello. It be Thursday. Yes. Yes. Thursday. It's taken over a week, but it seems like everybody else is back at work now, because things have picked up already. How dare. But yeah. Relaxation. Fitting that I put rain on, because it is currently raining. Makes me laugh with this place. It's gonna be snowy. It's like, yeah, in maybe the south of the country. I think it's just gonna be wind and rain like usual. Oh well. But yeah, praise be. Praise be. It is technically the first proper week back, so definitely tiring. I kind of went... It took me a while to fall asleep yesterday. There's always the choice whether I let myself be distracted or I just simply go to sleep. And I got distracted. But oh well. It'd be a day. It'd be a day. I managed to do a bit more training, as it were, in Atelier. But I thought the defense that I made for people were pretty good, but everything's just hitting quite hard. I wonder if it's better to try and find stuff that has more, you know, attribute resistances rather than just physical. Or, you know, just a high defense in general. Would be nice. Oh, but there is an item. I was like, I really hope there's an item where the cost of your skills can be lessened, and there is. There's a thing that I can craft to make like the amount of AP used reduced. But it's not by a set number, it goes by a percentage. But even so, that could be cool. Because, you know, then you can do your hard hitting things that would hit what, you know, I think I remember having this in Sophie. I ended up having like really, really strong moves that were like the cost of one of my basic moves, which was great. So if I can manage that, then I can end up hitting hard rather than bothering with anything else, unless it's gonna do something like lower defense or, you know, actually do something else other than just hit hard. Because it's a bit ridiculous that some skills cost the amount they do. More. There. Tiring day. Bloody. Probably won't go for as long today. Just feel very tired. Praise be I can't just lay down. Actually, I wouldn't be able to, because I need to be able to hear things through the headphones. Because I'm not one of those where I don't want to hear anything. Whoa. Goodness. Goodness, goodness. Ooga bugger. Oh yeah, I looked a tiny bit into Code Vein 2. Mainly with just how the weapons would be. To try and potentially get a feel for what I might go for. It was amusing in the comments as well, because a lot of people were like, "Oh, the rune blade looks interesting," which it does, to be fair. It's levitating blades that you command, which makes it feel like magic. What's interesting about them is you can leave them in place for a bit and wander away from them, but it seems all you can end up doing when that happens is just sort of using your fists, and I feel like that's a missed opportunity if that ends up being the case. So I hope when it comes out there's actually something quite interesting you can do while they'd be about. Else, that just seems like it would... If there ends up being spells and such, then maybe weaving those in as you just have your physical thing go do their thing, and then you go and do your spells while they're doing their thing. That could be cool. I'll probably try going for the bayonet, as it's sort of the only range-ish option. Because the bullets are actually bullets this time, which is interesting. I've seen how some people have made things as well. It already had a good character creator, but it seems like they've expanded on it, which is cool. Maybe they'll give a character creator before the game actually pops out. Save some time. We'll see. Oh, I played a game as well, a demo, that seems to be like the Parasite Eve games, for anybody that might know Parasite Eve. It definitely gives that vibe. What was it there? Gotta be careful with ammo. Melee is a bit awkward. Like, they have to be really close, and even if you're really close, you can sort of dash through enemies, which then makes you miss. But it looks cool. Well, that was the thing. I'm pretty sure it's an indie game, which is weird because obviously Parasite Eve was done by Square. But even so, its textures on the clothing actually look really nice, and I'm there and I'm like, why couldn't the Atelier game do this? That's how bad I think that game has it for low-res textures. The facial animations were a bit stiff, but it was interesting, and they've kept the combat the same as it was in those games, which sort of uses... Imagine active time-based battle system, so ATB, where you have to wait up for the bar to charge, but the thing is, you can move around in a 3D environment. You sort of put in a small arena thing as you go into battles. It does it like that. But you're free to move wherever, and then you engage whenever. So technically it can be quite tactical, but yeah, it's just a bit difficult. There was a fight that happened on a walkway, and there doesn't seem to be a dodge button. And they're both just in front of me, and I can't go around them because they're so big. So I'm literally there taking hits because I can't do anything. but seems like it might be cool. I only briefly gave it a go. For like a few minutes. It seems pretty cool. Inabe, hello, welcome in. Hello, hello. Hope you're doing well. I've not long started, so it takes a while for people to pop in, especially if they're busy. Thursdays go like two ways. People are either busy or they're not. So yeah. Hey big chum, welcome in. Hope you're doing alright. Yeah, I'm not long-ish finished work, so that's why it's a lower energy, even for ASMR. Ah, yes. Hypothetically prepare. Amusing. Well, it's good to stay in the habit of cleaning at least. I never forgoed cleaning, even when I went to uni. I picked a day and I was like, right, this is my cleaning day, I'm doing it. Which everyone respected, so that was nice. Ah yes, the good old procrastination. I think many do. I plan accordingly, so I'm alright. It starts in August. Well, best get preparing. You've got, like, what, 8 months? A bump it? For your hair? I get the feeling you call it something different than what I'm used to. A bump it? Yeah, it's a slow start today, Capricorn. Well, welcome in. Did you have a good rest yesterday? It's to raise your hair. I end up just thinking of a clip or something, so to speak. I am, I'm glad you had a good rest. I am tired, like I said I would be. And thank you for the follow. Thank you kindly. I gathered I was gonna have... I mean, it's pretty easy to know I'm gonna have less energy, because if I'm feeling like that on a Wednesday, I'm obviously going to get more tired the next day. Thank you for the headpats. For some reason I'm thinking of a scrunchie now, but it's... you said to raise your hair. I'm also just thinking of hairbands as well. There's many things used to raise the hair. Now that I think about it. Good old scrunchies. Obviously I've never used any of these things, but I'm aware of them at least. I have no idea who that is, Big Chum. But I assume it's good to have a goal. Like working towards a goal does help. The horrors of reality TV. I live in reality every day. I don't need to watch TV of it. It's very strange, isn't it, that humans like to watch such things. Because your life is what you make of it. But for the most part, I guess people would be stuck in a routine of their day-to-day. It's hard to make it exciting. College time should end up being fun though. Hopefully. That was quick. Blimey. 3 already. Madness. The hidden goals for Big Chum. But such a glorious 3-stream streak. Wait until it miraculously turns into a week. Or understandable. Office again tomorrow. Oh, well, have a good rest. The bloomin' office. Yeah, at least it's Friday tomorrow, so yeah. I know, you get a bit of time off and suddenly that resistance you sort of built up of having to do this every day just goes away. But I think it is important to have the body relax. Even if it ends up taking ages again to building up, you know, going five a day. You know, if a guy said such a thing like that, it would be taken very oddly. But I'm glad I know that a bump is to do with the hair. Hey, yeah, as long as it does its job, that's the main thing. Guys don't do much with their hair. That's because most people don't let you have long hair. Like, in my secondary school, do you know what they would do if your hair started getting even remotely long? They wanted you to cut it. Ridiculous. Why can't guys have long hair? Nonsense. Only girls, apparently. So, yeah. Yeah. It even follows in a workplace. Like, I think for a bit, like, a lady might just be told to put her hair up if they really deem it an issue. But with a guy, they'll just say, cut it. Have short hair. It's like, what? Double standards much. But that's our race. We are, you know, thingy. We're a mixed bag and we're very contradictory and hypocritical. They'll confuse you? With what? I actually remember there was one person who ended up having quite lengthy hair. And he looked after it really well. Better than most girls. Which was funny. It looked a lot nicer as well. Maybe that's why guys can't have long hair. Turns out our hair is usually nicer. But again, everybody's different. So I think it's just the few. Maybe, I don't know. Guitarra! Hello! You're sick? Everybody's getting sick. I think. Maybe. Sort of. Here and there. Women don't trust men with man buns? That's down to the individual. Hugs. Everybody's getting sick. Thank you for the follow. Thank you kindly. All the hugs. What kind of guys do you meet? I don't usually meet those types of guys. Like, they do exist, obviously for both, not just the guy's side, but oh right, yeah, of course, other women. feel like being overly smart in this world is probably very annoying, I feel, because there's things that you'll just understand and probably a great majority of people just won't, and I know that would get on a lot of people's nerves. But meh, I'm not too smart, and a lot of people don't even understand me, but you know, I have to make the effort to understand others, so... eh. Good old smart ass. But yeah, it can get annoying. We have a person who is intelligent at our workplace, but he's now also become a manager, and the power has kind of... we think it's gone to his head, but yeah. Okie dokie, Capricorn. Rest well. Have a good sleep. Aye aye. Yeah. Do the water jar. water jar. Hey kitty. Macmin. I can't remember if I said hello, but hello Paul. I'm going googly moogly because I couldn't say it at the time. What on earth is that? What does that mean? Does it find magical things for you? That was mouth pops. Need to figure something with that one. Jaw doesn't last too long with it. So it I mean, generally it shouldn't really use spells for those kind of things. That's what my initial brain thought is. To use the universe sounds about right. Universe. funny because I don't have to actually slap very hard. It can just be normal. Praise be. Well. Yeah, I know. It's been a while since I've done one though. And it's hardly a TED Talk if it's just barely a sentence being said about it. There you go. Hi, Rain. Hello. How are you doing? Have you been able to get enough rest? Was distracted yesterday when I should have just slept. But yeah, it's a Thursday. Ooh. And ironically, a lot of workers showed up, which is fine, because I don't think everybody else doesn't really have much to do, so ironically it's always like my work that ends up being distributed out, which is fine. Crazy busy, yeah. I see, I see. Well, I mean, I can always say things of like, don't push yourself too hard, but I know how it gets when things get busy. So hang in there. And it is only work after all, as odd as that might sound. It does not need your soul. So, yeah. Unless maybe you have like the type of job where it's like, I don't know, a dream job or something that's like a thing that you really, really enjoy somehow. Yep, yep. I have that happen as well. It happened to me a few times today. I was sort of busy. Well, at the time it wasn't like busy for me, but I was getting on with my work, and then people were like grabbing me. Like, can you take a look at this? Why isn't it doing this? What's happening here? Blah blah blah. Yeah. The side quests do indeed have side quests. They have mini quests tacked along. It's like you think it just will take a thing or something, but then it requires multiple steps going around doing the busybody work to then reach the final thing. Oh. Have a hug then. Have a hug. Oh. You're doing good though. You're doing good. Ever the hard worker. Yeah. Ever the hard worker. But I can relate. And what's worse is like you can be busy doing your own thing, and even when people don't call you over, they come to you and is like, oh, can you do this for me? And it's just like, why can't you do it yourself? But you must have some good balancing skills. Hopefully the replacement parts weren't like too prickly. I end up thinking of the things that come, well, that poke from motherboards, and then cables you think would be okay, but then the ends of them end up being kind of pointy as well, with things extending out of them. We recently had our like computers upgraded. I won't necessarily say it's an upgrade because they look the same, just cleaner. Um, but everything was going wrong this morning as well. Like, you couldn't log in to the particular things, and it just wasn't working, which stops me from like getting on with my work. Couldn't even do the side stuff because the other program was broken, and yeah, good times. Switching to new PCs just to have things break. Good times. But I'm glad you get a break at least. That is good. I feel half the time people don't end up realizing how much they end up actually relying on the people that they ask for help so often. I mean, I'm sure they do, and at least on my end, I usually get like a thank you, but I'm used to taking your breaks like 5 hours from now. Oh, you've had a really early break then. Although to be fair, this was also being said, like, you know, when you have time off, it's great because you need it. You need the time off. But coming back to work after you've had any amount of time off, whether it be a day or the week, it ends up, you know, it drains you more. Like, we spent that time building up our resistance, and now we're just like tired, more so than usual, until we get used to it again horribly. Well, resistant, I shouldn't say used to it. But yeah, hang in there, hang in there. You're doing good. glass is cold. Who would have knew? Who would have knew? Who would have known? There we go. What was I gonna say? Yeah, next time, I don't know. Make them hold and carry your things for you. It's like, oh, you've asked me for help? Okay, hold my things for me then. Else I'm not helping you. IT stuff is always surprising though. It's something that always requires help. But sweet mercy, people don't end up understanding what you end up doing to sometimes fix issues, or how troublesome they can end up being sometimes. It'd definitely be Thursday though. Oh. What are we on? The 8th. So thinking 3 more weeks? Yeah. 3 more weeks and Code Vein pops out. I mean, don't a great majority of people use their PCs in the same way? Also, I mean, obviously, my stuff I deal with isn't inherently, like, IT related, but a lot of the time I get asked a bunch of things. Usually just basic things. I said that sentence and the first thing I thought was fixing the printers, which isn't necessarily an easy thing because that's annoying. Because it's usually something weird with the network. But, I don't know, things like, like people wanting their mouses to be bigger, you know, the actual pointer on the screen, wanting that bigger, for those types of people as well, they tend to lose where the icon is a lot of the time, so I turned on the, you know, the ping thing if you hit control. So, very minor things. But yeah, printer stuff is annoying. And it doesn't help when it's like, you try adding it in, and it gives you a list of all the printers, which doesn't inherently help, because it's not the name of the printer I need to find. I have to end up searching for the weird server name they've given it within the company, and then there's like a gajillion printers to go through, hundreds, and I'm like, oh my god. And then it might just be like, you know, programs not loading properly. And they tried the traditional turning it off and on, not necessarily the PC, but the program. Although, sometimes they don't do that, and then I'll just literally close the program, try again, and then it works, and they're like, what did you do? And I'm like, I closed it and opened it again. Never say no to the basics. But when it comes to password related things, I obviously can't do much because I'm not an admin. And I don't know the codes that the company set up for those sorts of things. Be funny if I did. I should maybe try figuring those out, because then I can just change things however I like. And that'd be nice. Oh yeah. And obviously because passwords. Resetting the passwords is good fun as well. It's funny with like when it comes to, it was in my head and then it left my head as soon as it entered. I hate those kind. What was it? I've forgotten. That's what happens when I get tired. Things just in and out. You've had to explain to far too many people that they are not allowed to set their password to their Amazing. Like, why? Wait, but I thought the stereotypical for a password is like their birthday. Why are they using their name? Because, like, you shouldn't even use your birthday either. Like, originally someone had set up a password for me. But eventually I was able to change it myself, because one day when I was logging on, it kindly came up to say that because my account is a bit different from everybody else's, technically mine counts as an admin account, whereas everyone else is more of like a worker's one. Like, you know, they get a random bunch of gobbledygook for a username and a number assigned to them. I get my actual name, which is both good and bad. But like, there's me where I go to do passwords, and you know, I do what you would do with a password. It's a bunch of random gobbledygook, technically. But there is a sort of pattern in there, but it has a mix of everything, and it's lengthy. But people don't like that half the time. Like, they're the kind where, you know, they might put in their pet's name or something, and then it's too short, so they add some numbers, and they just, you know, do the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you're just like, no, you can't do that. Please. It was nice actually when I got to set mine because horribly, like I said, mine's an admin account, but it's not very easy getting these accounts set up within the company. So mine gets used everywhere, which, you know, great. At one point it was being used for another contract. I didn't even know. But that was my boss. And I was like, thanks for letting me know. But that's how my account seems to go. It just gets passed around. How very kind of everybody. Which I don't agree with, obviously. Because that then means that everyone has to know my password. Because when I changed it, the day I changed it, I was actually quite happy. I was like, I feel very tempted to not say anything if they ask for my password. And I'd just be like, find another account. It resets towards the beginning of the year. I can't remember which day, but I know eventually it's gonna ask for a reset again. And I will come up with a password. Here's hoping someone else doesn't use it though in the meantime and is the first one to sign in as me and goes to change my password. God, I hope not. I will get annoyed if they do that. It sounds like it's a crazy day for you though, Rain. Slowly lose your sanity because people don't actually listen. All they care for is, can I use this? Have you fixed the problem? Yes? Okay, cool. I don't need to know anything then. It's like, wouldn't you feel better knowing? That's me. I prefer to understand how to do the things, so then I don't have to rely on others to fix the issue for me. Anyway, sorry. It's supposed to be relaxing. We're talking about the annoyances of work. Hey Shakina. Hello. It's good needing some water. Have a big chug and then, yeah, rest some more. Thank you for the head pats. Sleepy, sleepy. Lord knows we could all do with some rest. But we're only on Thursday. Oh, double exclamation mark. It is a ghost fish. Interesting. It's a ghost fish where you can see well, its bones. That's weird. Oh. Thank you for the 5 bits. It's very kind of you.
Just seeing if I had something that... Oh no, it's okay.
Oh. Mouth pops. I take care, Rain. Hope work mellows out slightly. Make sure you take care of yourself. I hope it goes better. Good old mouth pops. Well, yes, have a good rest.
think it will be a bit of a shorter stream today. Which isn't inherently a bad thing. Whoa. I can definitely feel though, if I was to ever somehow have a massage, my shoulders would be one of the main points. I would need it. And they get quite tense at times. Oh my mercy, so many vehicles. Brum brum brum. I remember randomly. I remember when Heart Gold and Soul Silver came with that weird, not Tamagotchi, but it came with that weird thing. Very strange. I liked playing on those little handhelds. They were good fun. The Vita though, the Vita was awesome. Things just looked so crisp on that display. Like, I remember a game coming out for both like the DS and the Vita. It was probably the 3DS at that point, but I remember it coming out, and on the 3DS they looked sort of the same, but the 3DS was just full of jaggies everywhere. Like, it objectively looked worse. And ran worse, slightly. But then you had the Vita and everything just looked crisp and not jaggy. It worked, it was really nice. Obviously the PSP and the Vita were the main places I played the Project Eva series, which it's a lot easier to play a rhythm game on a screen that you can, you know, that's the size of your hand, compared to playing it on a big screen like your monitor or a TV. Those things are huge. Like, you go from just zooming your eyes everywhere, like your like the one scene in Naruto when it's Madara versus like the Shinobi Alliance, and his eyes are like whoosh whoosh whoosh, whoosh like everywhere. You go from that, and then you go to a big screen, and instead you're having to like move the head. Actually move your head, because you physically have to move to see everything. I will say with like the later installments, them adding in the half notes really throws me off. I don't know why. I see half a note and my brain's like, that's not an arrow, because it's specifically linked to either the triggers or the analog sticks, but I don't deal very well with them. They come out of nowhere. And again, seeing half of it, my brain's like, half, and I'm like, what's that? And I'm like, oh, and there's too much process running in my brain to quickly go and link it to what's it. Like, songs I used to play in the older games, I used to be able to do on Extreme fairly easily and consistently. But then when the songs that have added in those weird half note things, I can't bloody do it anymore. My brain just doesn't register it quick enough. Also sad that they haven't. They could have kept releasing songs. I feel that method would work. But they also haven't released a new Project Diva game in donkey's years. Me wants, like, it's a bit hard to do a complete edition of like all Volcloid songs, because that would be like a redonkulous amount of songs, but I don't know. What was it? 200 and something, 250, 60 in is the most I've seen a game have. Give it 1,000 or something, or 500, I don't know, something outrageous. That'd be cool. And probably costly, because it's music and licensing and all that stuff. But it would be so cool. That said, I shall be back in a second. I shall return. Hello, Fuji. Oh yeah, double. Where is my desktop in this thing? Good question. Oh, I just click that. That makes more sense. Oh, hello, hello. Oh yeah, I was given a gift at work because the day that I swapped over for someone so they could see the family, it apparently meant a lot, or at least it meant enough that they got a gift, which was some interesting chocolate. It's like cream and strawberry, and all things strawberry. But yeah, I'll see how it goes. I'm very bland usually when it comes to a lot of flavors, and I tend to like just the base flavor of things. But yeah, I will try it. I get the feeling it's gonna be a very strong strawberry, but we shall see. We shall see. Such days. Close enough. Why is it I adjust when I'm adjusting how I'm sitting with my bum? Like, the rest of my body is the thing that moves. Very strange. But yeah, it won't be too long of a one today. My eyes already feel fairly puffy. Gotta get used to work again. Hey Toby. Hello. It goes okay. 201. When did 200 happen? I remember commenting saying, oh, it's almost at 200. Did it happen yesterday? Blimey. I don't remember it. I don't remember. I remember talking about things. What does this area say? I did? I don't even remember that I mentioned it. Oh, like it was on 199 or something, and I was like, oh, it's almost at 200. I remember that. You can tell my brain has forgotten what I was using for names. 'Cause my brain is like, I don't know what to say. But hello, hello, hello. Today is as expected of what I ended up saying yesterday, of I would be more tired. And rightly so. I'm indeed more tired. But I hope the day has been well. As in, like, yesterday's day was good, and then a good rest was had, sort of thing. Yes, yes. Oh. Madness. Madness indeed. Yeah. My sleep wasn't enough as well for what I had, so that hasn't helped. But yes, a glorious nap before your class. It should help, indeedy. Oh, and someone's finally done it. They turned Starfield into Star Wars. There's a mod for it. It looks fun. Mike, hello. I think it's been a while. I get the feeling it's not been too long. Am I gonna play it? Oh no, it's like 300 gigs. I can't be asked to download like 300 gigs. I just thought it looks interesting. To be fair, I didn't mind base Starfield, but it needed more. It definitely needed more. But I did enjoy, like, some parts of it. Looking around every now and then. Yeah, glorious lurking. It is glorious to do. I look forward to whenever they bring out the actual Star Wars RPG, which is, what's it called? Fate of the Old Republic, I believe. And I think it's basically carrying on from the other two? I'm not sure. But if that's the case, that's cool. It only took them donkey's years to, get on with it. I'd be hungry. I'd be hungry. Oh, but yes, I hope you've been well, Mike. I hope you've been, doing well and able to have good enough rest. Goodness. I'm gonna see if that's even listed, to be fair. It's not. Interesting. I wonder why. But yeah, they won't be my usual length stream. Not that they're overly long in the first place, but energy. I know how. Yeah, that's my usual length. So I'll probably just do like 3 today. This caution pad has like, I don't even know what it's done. It's not a circle anymore. I mean, yeah, but you can have streams that go or I suppose anything in general, you can have like that amount of time end up flying by. Like that's usually what happens when I do half the games I usually end up playing, like 3 or 4 hours disappears in the blink of an eye, and I'm like, well, more, onwards, onwards we go. If it's a Friday, Friday's gonna be rough. I want to play long, but I'm gonna just do my best, I guess. Do my best. What a salute. Hang on. I have a good rest, Toby. Usually, well, not usually. Good enough. The vehicle. older memories. I remember, because I had an original DS. Then the next one I ended up getting, I think, was a 3DS XL. Because, you know, I was like, oh, bigger screen. However, kind of a bad idea, because the resolution was the same. So really, you're just making things look worse. But that thing was pretty big in comparison to like the Vita. Maybe a similar size actually, just not as rounded. It was also when they finally added in having a analog stick. Although I don't know what it is with Nintendo games, they seem to leave them alone for the most part. Although I did like the Wii U. Of all things, I like the one that was the least known. But like the games they were putting on there was cool. And like the console could run them because it had the power to. The Wii U was like the first time Nintendo bothered to have something stronger. And even though it's meant to be a prelude to the Switch, because of the whole docking thingy and such, I'd prefer the Wii U over the Switch. Like, yeah, the controller was huge, because it was also the console. Well, yes and no. The console was the console, but the controller was just like an extra screen. And if you didn't have to put the thing into a dock to be able to play it on the big screen. You just instead hit a button and it just switches, which was really nice. Like, so convenient. I'd say the only thing about it was that the build quality felt kind of cheap on the controller part. Like, the buttons were kind of loose-ish. There wasn't much to the triggers. But that's kind of always been the case for Nintendo-based controllers, I feel. Other than the GameCube. There's a reason that controller keeps getting remade no matter the console Nintendo has. Because it was the best controller. Never seen a controller be remade so much in my life. But it's a damn good one. At least it's Friday tomorrow. Hey Keith. Hope you're doing alright. PC upgraded. Nice. How is it running? How is it being for you? Because they can have growing pains, but they pass. It just has to get used to how you handle a PC. Amazing. You've doubled the amount of the FPS. Truly, like a masterworks of a PC. Midnight. Hello. Welcome in, Midnight. Hope you're doing well. It be a tiring day. And it be Thursday. It's randomly gotten colder, like I objectively can feel that it's gotten much colder. Oh. Bonk. I just wanted to check what the temperature was, because I looked it before starting. What does it say? Heresy. Doesn't change much. Just says that the weather will be a wintry mix. hungry though. The good old hunger. But, oh yeah. Ironically, I like it when the store goes back to normal. Makes it easier to look at new things coming in. Also, I'm amazed that Dead Island 2 is somehow ridiculously cheap for some reason. I'm guessing it didn't sell as well as they wanted? I don't know. Hard to say. better. Mwahaha. Well, ever so slightly. Oh, you know when your stomach just goes through the phase of just constant grumbling. Oh my word, it's like a chain of grumbles. Hiro! Hello, welcome in. Hope you're doing well. Ah. Oh, goodness gracious. What is this? What is this assault of people? Goodness gracious me. I'm going googly moogly. What is this madness? Double raid. I think. Or was it? I can't remember. It was. Goodness. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in, raiders. People are being noisy. Well, welcome in, everybody. Was not expecting. I never expect them. My brain will get there in a second. Give me 5 seconds. 10, 20. There we go. Sorry, my stomach keeps endlessly growling, and I'm trying to think, and the more I think, the more it's growling. It's like the most impossible thing. Okay, I'm checking things. Okay, I didn't need to check that far. Give me many years. Many years. There we go. Brain's getting there. As the brain is working in a weird manner, welcome in, everybody. I'm Kaliakana. I'm a nine-tailed VTuber fox, for those that don't know. And I do a mix of ASMR and gaming. Games are just like whatever I want to play, really. Thank you for the raids. It's getting there. It's getting there. There we go. Okay. But yes, Lena, thank you for the raid. Thank you kindly. That is very much out of the blue. Thank you kindly. And Mayu, thank you. Thank you as well for the raid. Tis very kind. Taco Lord, hello, welcome in. Schnoodle, welcome in. Great name. See, I can read the Shan part. Achan? I'll go with Achan. Achan! Makamin! I hope you're doing well. Nara! Hello! Hello, Nara! I hope you're doing good. I hope you're not as hungry as I am. Arya! Hello! Welcome in. Clashinator! Hello! Hello, hello. Welcome in. Someone loves winter. Glorious. I like winter too. I enjoy winter. It makes me more hungry, but yeah, I like winter. It's easier to deal with. Summer is harder for me because of allergies, but yeah, glorious. Tomix, hello, welcome in. Oh, you made your own pizza abyss? Nice. What glorious toppings did you put on the pizza? I'm definitely hungry, so that'll probably set me off. I think I made it somewhat. Somewhat. Oh, and to your question, Paul, before the raids, loofahs are like those exfoliating scrubby thingies that you usually use when you have a bath or a shower, those kind of things. But they work very well with they just make a nice sound. I'll do them in a second if my doggo isn't going to go mental. And thank you for the head pats. Woof. Oh, and Myrrh. Welcome in, Myrrh. Hello. Okay. I'm pretty sure as time's going on I'm getting worse. Not today, just in general. Oh well. But to be fair, in my defense, you both happened to come at a time when my stomach was endlessly growling. Like, it was a chain growl. The kind that usually stops you in your tracks of doing anything because you're just like, oh, it's such a growl. And it lasts for like 30 seconds or something. But yes, loofahs. Loofahs are nice. I'll be doing those for like at least 5 minutes, unless some random noise happens and I have to quickly mute, but yes, it is nice. So, enjoy. those were the loofers. Hey Raki, hello. Hope you're doing good. Hope you're doing well. How am I am very hungry. my stomach had like a chain growl last for ages, and then it was doing it as I got raided. So I could, my brain wasn't operating. Thank you for the head pats. It was it's surprisingly hard to think when your stomach is just like. Okie dokie Keith. Have a good rest. Rest well. Sweet dreams. Need to raid. Understandable. 3 AM? Reminds me of my time off. And then it reminds me of enjoying, well, staying till end of streams because I was able to. Ha ha ha. Oh, thank you for the follow. Thank you kindly. Yeah, it's surprisingly quite difficult to I'm usually not so hungry. I think it's just because it was fairly busy at work today. Oh, that was right. I forgot to say the thingy-my-bobby before I did loofers. If you have to do after stream care and stuff. Not that people really need to say such things, but yes, I feel it's nice to. You just had noodles with salmon? Oh, very nice. Yay for noodles. I haven't had noodles in a long while. I always get a good hankering for some noodles. I move back to normal sleep. Well, hopefully it lasts a good amount. You're a bit sick, probably because of the bad sleep time. Well, hopefully with the sleep back to normal and you're eating good food, so there's no problem there. So yeah, hopefully some good rest and the body aligning itself properly will help you. Words. Noodles. Noodles. Noodles are nice. It's been a while since I've had salmon, actually, as well. Yeah, that seems like a good time. Mine's usually around that, although I won't be nodding off until like somewhere close-ish to midnight. Can't help it. It's whether or not I tell my brain to turn off. Now that I think about it, I think my brain's like a kid. Unless I tell it, it just carries on, and I'm just like, no, it's time for sleep, time for bed. And then it turns off. It's like, oh, okay, rest time it is. was a good mixture of lifting a lot of heavy things today, and then also being pretty much in the cold for most of the day as well. So I guess it makes sense that I'm so hungry. Alright, yeah. You can just keep calling it the Japanese ear pick. Although, I realised I was calling it Ponten. I think listening back onto some stuff, it's meant to be Bonten. I'll have to double check there. If it's meant to be a B or a P. I always thought it was Ponten. But it might be Bonten. But aye. Hello Nova. Hello. Welcome in. I mean, technically to streams there's no such thing as coming late. Like, the fact that you managed to make it when I'm still live technically means you didn't miss it, so I wouldn't say you're late. Lack of energy, ASMR, and lots of hunger. How about you? Japanese earpick, which I need to double check on how it's actually said, because I thought it was Ponten, but I swear I heard a lass say Bonten, so I'm not sure now. But thank you for the follow. Thank you kindly. I shall, I will find out. I fancy something tasty for food though. I don't know what, but something nice. Ironically, I could be in the mood for enchiladas, but or something substantial. Good old water. An alien invasion. I could think of some very comedic style invasion, yeah. Not my first thought, I will say, but I can see it. Slightly. Goodness gracious. Either way, water sounds are nice. I like water sounds. Yummy with headphones. That is a way of putting it. But I'm glad it has a good sound. Oh yeah, I need to switch to thingy-mabobby else. It has a go at me. But yeah, it seems like everyone's back to the usual sort of routine thing, because we went from having barely anything at work for the past
well, this entire week. And then today it's just like, oh, here you go. And it's like, oh goody, it begins. I love that my brain keeps working afterwards. I should have asked how the streams were. Bit late now. I should just have a post-it note always kept on my screen. Not on the screen, that'd be diabolical, but you know. Just near me, so then if raids happen, I don't have to worry if my brain just doesn't work. I can just be like, okay, just follow what the sticky note says. No, God no, I would not put something sticky on the screen. That's terrible. Poor screen. Although I don't have any post-it notes, so I'd have to grab some. I need to grab a few things anyway, so I'll just add sticky notes. But I don't want to get just a simple plain coloured sticky note. I want to get one that looks nice if it's gonna sit there. Just have it there and be like, in the event of this happening, remember these things. And eventually it will sink in, maybe, hopefully. Some of yours. Oh, appreciate it. I haven't been this hungry in a long while though. Ironically, it's usually summertime I get hungry, which is very weird. But it also makes me kind of lazy in summer. At least with winter it makes sense because you're expending so much energy for different things. I suppose you're doing the same with summer as well. You're expending energy to sweat. But I don't know, I feel like it takes a lot more to warm up the body than it does just to simply sweat. I don't know. Although then you have the bugs, so no thank you. Like, bugs, hay fever, and heat. Dreadful. What a weird conversation. I don't know, it's pretty random. It's about right. About right for me. But, yeah,
gonna do a shorter stream today, because I'm, well, just more tired and very hungry, so after how my stomach's been, I definitely a shorter. What did you think I said? Did it sound like sure or something? Oh, okay. That's not what I was thinking at all. Ironically, I can't even think of what you would be thinking. But that's fine. I am me, you are you, so it's all good. Oh, I may get bright. Oh, only slightly. That's okay. Oh, I'm watching myself then. Of course I am. Right. I mean, it can make things more amusing if you end up hearing random stuff. So, it's not a bad thing. Yeah, why not? Mongo raid Sorbs. Like... I know I talk gently, but sweet mercy. Get a booster. Get a booster, Nova. Like, get some hearing aids. And I said, we're going to raid Sorbs. Because they've raided me in the past, and they stop by frequently, so it feels fair. Yes, yes. So we shall go raid over there. Oh. But yes. You're always hearing something different. To be fair, I am like that, so... Like, I can speak and people don't really hear me properly. It's a common thing, so don't mind. But, there's the raid message if you're subbed. That is if you are not subbed. Discord is there if you want to keep tabs on things and have chats and such. And that's my YouTube, where I upload all my VODs, and yes, I do weekly upload of another type of video, like just relaxing things. But yes, thank you both for the raids. Obaga.
Thank you for the follows. Do take care, everybody. Bye bye.